What's up everybody, my name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today's Tuesday, February 3rd. Now, in today's dog video, we're going to address the recent dip that just happened as we speak. Now, this is due to liquidations of long traders. And where did most of these liquidations happen? Well, guess what? It is Binance. Now, what we're going to cover in this video is how dog is actually still remaining the top meme coin performer by market cap within the top 20. I'll share with you all the proof and data about that. We'll also look into charting and analysis at the end of the video to see where dog price may head to next. So let's go and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X. Please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email. So please be careful and invest safely. Guys and girls, let's get right into it. Okay, so dog Bitcoin right now may seem like it's down, but it's only down 4.54%. Now for a flash crash, it did dip to around $97 million market cap. Well, the reason that happened is because Bitcoin, we actually saw took a massive dip as well. So you can see that now Bitcoin is also down the exact same amount that dog Bitcoin is. Now, when we put Bitcoin and dog next to each other, you can tell that they kind of are very similar in terms of drops, but also pumps. And since we see dog as the orange line, dog took a harder dump, but also took a harder pump as well. Now, let's look into why we saw these liquidations happen with Bitcoin. Well, apparently what we're seeing on Binance is that there's a lot of 100x longs that were liquidated when the US market opened this morning. And this is just one of the different examples of why Binance is one of the things that we want to address in this video and many videos to come, why the dog army needs to speak up and rally everybody to withdraw their funds out of the exchange. And we're actually seeing more people understand what dog messaging is and what we do, and this is why we're seeing dog as one of the top performers. Now, I want to pay attention to another thing, which is yesterday we saw that the ISM, aka the PMI model data, came out as 52.6. Now, could this be a potential bull market rally? Well, what we really need to see is that when we correlate the ISM, aka the PMI model, which is this blue line, to the Bitcoin price, we see that back in 2013, 17, and 2021, we had bull market rallies. But in order to confirm that we reached to that bull market rally, we need to surpass 52.6%, because there could be a time that maybe this will come right back down to the 50 index level, which is this green line. See, we saw it back over here. We saw that maybe we're going to head into a bull market rally, but then we dipped down in the middle of 2016. So that was like many months later, and that did dip down, but we ended up going right back up in the middle of 2016. So we could be simulating something that we saw back over here, or we could be simulating what we saw in 2021 and 2013. When we see the levels reach above the 50 level index, that could be the next rally for Bitcoin's price. So that's actually really promising. Now, I want to talk about how dog's been performing due to this recent pullback. Now that we're in the meme coin sector, let's look at how everything's been performing over the past 24 hours. Now, Pudgy Penguin's down 5%, SPX down 1.72%. When you scroll down, dog Bitcoin roughly around 2.59% in the past 24 hours. Now, you must be wondering, has dog been performing that well, considering that we've seen this massive pullback in the past 24 hours? Well, you're going to be shocked by what I'm about to share with you. So this is what dog looks like over the past hour. You can see that dog is actually the best performing meme coin in the past hour. But listen, an hour goes by, this could absolutely change. Well, let's look over the past 24 hours. It looks like dog, it has lost some gains, meaning it's down negative 3.27%. So it's not doing that well compared to WIF or even Bonk or even Dogecoin or Shiba Inu. But check this out. When we go over to the past week, it looks like dog is the least lost amongst all these meme coins, meaning it hasn't lost as much value compared to all these other testnet meme coins that pay for centralized exchange listings, which centralized exchange listings provide market makers to artificially pump their bags, but also artificially dump their bags. And check this out, over the past month, look at that. Everything else has been lost in so much value. Look at where dog is. Dog has done so well over the past month, 1 week, past 24 hours, and past hour. If that doesn't convince you, let's look at this diagram. So this is based on Artemis. So how much has changed in fully diluted market cap over the past 7 days? And the reason we mentioned 7 days is because over the past 7 days, we saw a lot of FUD within Binance and CZ. So a lot of the market capitulated. So was there any result of the Bitcoin ecosystem or dog affected by that? No, actually not. As you can see, not much of the fully diluted market cap changed. We saw a lot of different sectors lose a lot of value to the downside. So the change in fully diluted market cap for meme coins was around 14%. You can even see over here Ethereum, 22%, gaming even if got affected way harder at 24%. So this is why we pay attention to the Bitcoin ecosystem and DOG. This is another chart that shares with you as proof and data, not emotions, that DOG is doing very well. Even Dan brought up that DOG flipped ApeCoin because yesterday DOG did flip ApeCoin in market cap. And the reason I want to share this specific post about Dan is that Dan, he does research on cryptocurrency almost all the time. He reports on the ISM model, PMI data, and everything else within the crypto landscape. He's always open-minded. And I guarantee you there's always people in the comments that either FUD what he's saying or says anything that is either defamatory or negative. Regardless, this is just noise. When you hear that type of thinking, it's actually just emotional people that never take responsibility. What he's been trying to do, and what really good content creators do, is that they try to remove what their emotions tell them and focus on data. Data tells us, even for myself and many people around the world that are really intellectual, understand the massive upside for DOG. And as I share with you, the data already proves that Bitcoin meme coins and the Bitcoin ecosystem are the strongest assets right now. DOG being the number one fungible token that was not affected by this whole Binance debacle just goes to show its resilience, but not it's just the coin's resilience, but also the community as well. Because what's great about the free and fair distribution is that it avoids any manipulation. So think about it. Most meme coins out there are built for liquidity extraction, only to have people dump on you. And then most utility tokens out there usually have VC investments and insiders that are given token allocations only to unlock those funds and sell those assets later. And then also most cryptos out there actually have insider allocations. That is a large percentage of the tokenomics, right? And you don't want that. But DOG is really the first design fungible token and crypto out there that isn't built on any of these other random fundamentals that have failed, but it's actually built to expose corruption. And that's what we're here to talk about today. And this is why you're seeing more people flock over to DOG, because they realize DOG is really the front runner and the gateway to really changing the landscape of what people like CZ do. So right now, CZ reported that real users vote with their money. And so basically he's saying right here is that the most money and market share that we see in the crypto market is on Binance, roughly 39%, which is very large. Now, the reason we want to talk about this is because they have way too much power. And actually, if you notice over the past week or so, over the past 7 days, we've seen a lot of outflows, meaning a lot of people closing their accounts, withdrawing their stable coins and their crypto out of the exchange. This is crazy. And if you look at the sequence of events from Kathy Woods revealing that the reason we saw that software glitch of the October 10th event, that was the largest liquidation event in crypto history, that was Binance, and following the other events, such as, Binance announcing that $1 billion from the SAFU fund would be converted to storing into a Bitcoin treasury, and also that CZ turned off all of his public comments that nobody who criticizes him can comment on his actual Twitter page. And then just a couple days later, we saw $1 billion in Binance futures liquidated even after the SAFU funds were transferred. And then all of a sudden, CZ is saying, I don't run Binance, but thumbs up. He's kind of like deflecting. This is a huge deflection. Then we saw a $2.5 billion crypto liquidation a day after. Now, thinking about all this withdrawals that have happened, you saw that yesterday we had the announcement from the Binance account saying we are experiencing some technical difficulties affecting withdrawals on the platform. So basically what's going on is that people are pulling their money out. So they're boycotting Binance as we speak. Now, what is going on is that they do have the capabilities of allowing people to withdraw their funds. They may not shut down like FTX and stop withdrawals, but nonetheless, this is something that's very worrying. So Leonidas actually has something to share with you guys and girls. So he says Binance's stablecoin reserves have been depleted by 8.5% in the past 2 weeks due to mass withdrawals. At what level of withdrawals will Binance break like FTX? Get your money out of Binance immediately if you don't want to find out the hard way. And what does he mean by that? Well, when you notice back in the past, before Sam Bankman-Fried ended up going on a bank run, you notice that he was pretty much doing what CZ was doing. He was making a ton of excuses online. He was very public about his opinions. and obviously CZ wanted FTX to shut down, Sam Bankman-Fried was actually more of a criminal because he was literally using all customer funds to lend, borrow, and buy houses, and just literally like customer funds were just not in the bank. They were just not on the crypto exchange. It was all synthetic. So Sam Bankman-Fried is very different from ZZ, but CZ is no different from Justin Sun or any of these two. Basically, they kind of make excuses and they don't really take responsibility and also address why are there many manipulations within Wintermute and market makers using Binance, and why are these liquidations happening on your platform? And the thing is, they're not regulated within the United States. In fact, they have like different headquarters in different sections, such as the Cayman Islands and also Dubai, and it's really hard to really criminalize them if they aren't within the United States. And the Clarity Act hasn't been passed yet, and possibly there are people within their own team trying to make as much money as they can before the Clarity Act is passed. Because once the Clarity Act is passed, if these guys continue to do what they do and they get caught, most likely Interpol will get involved and these guys will get criminalized. So they're trying to do all this before the Clarity Act is passed. So I want to end it off with looking at the charting analysis. Nothing's really changed with DOG. Now, I just want to see the RSI, this purple line, hit this red line. That's all I want to see. And it's been kind of stagnant. It hasn't actually gotten there. And the fact is, it's kind of doing what we see over here, which is when it does go down, it kind of trades sideways for a very long time. We don't want that. We want this to hit the red line at some certain point. And when it does do that, I feel very comfortable that we're going to see a reversal. When I look into the past, we've had 1, 2, 3 bear markets for DOG. And this happens with any cryptocurrencies. There's always a bear market. And when we see these sellers market dominance, eventually there's a reversal. But notice this, these reversals right now are a bit short-term time frame. So you can see that there is this really massive rally over here, one over here, and one over here. Notice how short they are. So they aren't that long. These pumps can actually happen quite quickly. But what I am seeing right now, based on how meme coins have been performing, people are actually flocking over to DOG. Now, what I want to close off with is that the reason I think people are flocking over to DOG is because of what we're doing. We're not scared. We are literally wanting to call out the corrupt people out there in the industry, such as CZ, Justin Sun. Your courage, your tenacity to do these types of things is the reason why our voice is being heard and why more people are joining the army. And this is why DOG is going to continue to outperform the entire meme coin market sector and most likely decouple away from any bear market that happens, because they see that DOG is the first cryptocurrency out there that represents more than just VCs or insiders or let's be a cult. It's about exposing corruption. We've never seen this happen before. So I want you guys and girls to continue showing up every single day. I'll be here tomorrow, but let me know your thoughts down below, what you're seeing in the charting analysis, what you're doing to fight against CZ and Justin Sun, and what are your thoughts on DOG outperforming the rest of the meme coin market, especially the top 20. It's absolutely amazing. So go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join us on X to receive all of our alpha calls and updates regarding DOG Go to the Moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.